Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'll be showing how I make this vegetable okra soup. Just a mixture of different veggies really and okra. And these are some of the ingredients I'll be using. My washed and chopped okra per usual. My washed vegetable, I'll be using spinach for this recipe. So I went ahead and washed and chopped that as well. I'll be using some bell peppers and some red pepper for garnishing. Some dried shrimp, as you can see, seasoning cube, as well for this recipe, some palm oil, my iru, and my stockfish. This has been washed and pre-soaked, blended pepper, onions, and my usual garlic. I've got my shrimp already deveined. I have my crayfish here. I have salt to taste. I have Cameroon pepper, and I also have my fish that has already been grilled. So I'm just going to go ahead. My pot has been heating a little. I'm just going to add the palm oil in there to cook. Now the quantity of the oil depends on the quantity of your soup and how much oil you want. Some people actually do okra without oil. I think I've shared a video about that. It's super somewhere in part of our videos that you can see oil-free okra, but for this recipe I'll be using some oil because I like the oil in my okra once in a while. So I'm just going to allow this to heat up. And when it's hot, well, not too hot enough to burn the onions, but when it's hot a little bit, I'm just going to add my tomatoes and I'll add my pepper mix in there. No tomatoes, just pepper, ginger, garlic, and onion blended together. So I'll allow this to fry for about some few minutes until I'm certain that the tomatoes is properly cooked and doesn't have that fresh tomato taste. Then I'll just go ahead and begin to add some of my ingredients to change it into a soup. So I'll add my salt just a little bit. As I go along, I'll keep on adding some other ingredients as well, but for this recipe I'll add some salt, some crayfish, some Maggi. I'm putting my stockfish because I want it to cook properly. I've soaked it for about 30 minutes, but because these things are pre-packaged, sometimes they're so hard and you really want it to be tender and soft. So as you can see, it's already soft, but not as much as I want. If it's really soft, then you don't have to have any problem in trying to break it. So it's still a little bit hard, which is why I'm putting them early on when I'm cooking, so it still has enough time to cook properly. It has enough time to boil, and then the taste can also infuse into the stockfish. I'm going to go ahead and add my shrimps as well, as you can see, because like I said, I want all the ingredients to go into everything. So when you're tasting, you're not tasting anything fresh, you're tasting all my ingredients inside the soup. I'm just going to give this a quick stir, mix it up a little, and while this is boiling, I'm just going to go ahead and add some other ingredients into it as well. So guys, as you can see now, it's properly mixed together and my iru is going. Now for some people, they would fry their iru before they put it in. Usually I do that once in a while, like when you put the oil, then you fry the iru and then you now put all the tomatoes and pepper and all the stuff in there, like you would do for a fada sauce. But this has been boiling for some time. I just wanted the iru to go in at this stage, honestly guys. I didn't want to fry anything, or I didn't want to change the taste of my palm oil. So I allowed this to boil for some time. As you can see, it's been properly boiling, and I'm now at this stage going to go ahead and add my Cameroon pepper. Guys, this is optional. You don't have to add Cameroon pepper. You don't have to add as much pepper as we do. But if you've been watching our YouTube for a long time, you know that I and my family are a pepper-loving, spicy family. So hence the Cameroon pepper and all the pepper that you can see. I'm adding my crayfish. My blend is a mixture of crayfish and stockfish as well. And I'm adding my dried prawns into the mix. So I'm just going to allow this to mix together and mixing as I always say. So I'll just give this a good mix, make sure everything goes in. While I'm mixing, I'm still gauging to see the water level of my sauce or of my soup as it is now. So I'm just adding a little bit of salt. I'll check for salt along the way to know if I have to add some more, or so I just like to add a little bit and not too much. There's never a way you can get out of adding excess salt, you know, but if you have small salt, then you can always add back into it. So that's why I usually add small salt and then go in and add some more. So now my bouillon cube is going. I'm using a bit of my Maggi Naija pot and the regular Maggi beef seasoning. I like to use Naija pot for soups like okra, soups like porridge, egusi soup, and you know, it just gives it that local soup kind of taste, as against using other brands for bouillon cubes like maybe No and all the rest. You know, the Naija pot for me just changes the whole game, and I love that. So that's why I'm using that. Now I'm going to allow this to boil again for some time, and while this is boiling, I'll just go ahead and add my dried fish into the mix. I added this early because I wanted, like I said, all the ingredients to boil and infuse together. At some point, I'm going to take it out of the pot and mix it together. But for now, I just wanted everything to catch the taste of the soup. I don't know if it makes any sense. So you're not eating anything fresh, you know, on its own. All the flavors are in there. So like I said, I'm just going to take it out, and this has been boiling for about 3 minutes or so. So I'll just take it out and I'll put it back at the end of my cooking when my soup is almost ready, after I've added my vegetable. The reason why I'm doing this is because I need some space to be able to mix my vegetables and other ingredients I put on my okra. And if I put my fish now and I'm mixing everything, there's a tendency that the fish will scatter and break into pieces, and I don't want that. I want to be able to preserve the fish the way it is, even though it's grilled and it's a bit hard, but I still want to be able to preserve it, that it doesn't break and scatter into pieces. So now you can see that my sauce has actually dried a lot, like from how it was when I started. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the quantity or to the level of my soup. Now guys, this is where it becomes a bit tricky. Some people will add the okra and then add water for it to boil because they want to know the level, but I don't know. I've had, like, I know how to gauge this with my eyes and know what level of water to add in there. So that's why I added the water now, and I'm just going to put all my okra and my vegetables will go in at this time, because my spinach is going in as well. So it means that my soup is ready, guys. I'm not going to be cooking this for too long. Once I give this a proper mix, I put my fish in, my soup is ready. You know, they always say you don't need to boil your vegetables for too long. So I'll probably boil this for like maybe a minute or 2 minutes at the maximum, you know. But as it is, guys, it is ready. And my bell pepper is going in with my red Scotch bonnet as well. I wanted to use the yellow bell pepper, but I just said, you know what, let's just stick with red. Red is a nice color. So I'm just giving this a good mix. I'm mixing everything together just to be sure that everything is going to come out. And for me, I just felt like, you know what, my soup is really thick. As you can see, I can see the bottom of the pot. There's still need for me to add a little bit more water, so I'm just going to go in and add just a little, maybe like half a cup, really, not too much, because when my vegetable boils a little, it's still going to boil out with its own water. So I don't want it to be too watery, but I still want it to be able to you know, to come out with some water at least, to give you that soup taste, you know, so you're not just eating on the vegetables. So guys, you know, this is what it looks like. It's been properly mixed. And I'll just go back in and add my fish, add a little bit of water, and then I'll go in and add my fish and allow everything to boil for a few minutes. And guys, just like that, my soup is ready. And we're going to be eating this with I don't know, maybe pounded yam or gari or semo or amala. I don't know, but I'm thinking pounded yam is really going to look nice, or pounded yam if we can even help it, you know, if we can blend the pounded yam. So now my fish is going in, guys. As I said before, it's just so that it doesn't break and scatter. At this point, I don't need to turn anything. I don't need to mix anything. I've done all the mixing. I'm just going to spread this evenly within the pot and allow it to boil. Now, one trick I've learned about okra, if you cover the pot for too long, it doesn't draw to the consistency of what you want. So I tend not to cover the pot fully. I just cover it maybe halfway through and allow for air to still go in. And as you can see, my okra is still drawing, you know, my okra is still fresh and everything still looks nice. So guys, this is what it looks like. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day and remain blessed.